Can we talk
All
about Robbie
right,
Outs and his double
everybody,
pancake block?
welcome
That was
to the
awesome. Also,
stream. How
Job
are
is
you
a
guys
badass.
doing
How much
today?
you willing to pay,
Hold on.
Spoon?
I gotta reset some stream element stuff. My bad. I should have done that before I turned the stream on. But what's up, everybody? Whoa, my shirt. My shirt's freaking out because of the green screen. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, I think everything's now correct. All right, so we did get a donation before I went live from Y2K. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, Robbie Oots, that was nice, but he's also having some mistakes, man. That tipped INT was largely on him. That tipped interception, Oots had something to do with that, so he's got to get a little bit better here. We need something a little more reliable if we're really going to lean on him the way that I think that we want to. Yeah, I remember you, Silver Ace. Turn off Super Chat read aloud. People seem to like it, though. Maybe people don't. I don't know, but it seemed to me that people liked it. All right, people. So, Seahawks win 31-17. I'm going to be streaming until basically the end of this Sunday Night Football game, and we're going to talk about it. But overall, it was a messy first half. Seemed like the kind of game the Seahawks would lose and we'd be mad about it all week about, but second half they turned it on, and they had a great second half. And they beat a team that will probably be pretty decent at the end of the season. Like, I'm not saying the Steelers are going to be great, but we're probably going to look back and say, hey, we beat either a playoff team or a almost playoff team. So I'm taking something away from that. Now, if a month from now the Steelers are 1-5, 1-6, maybe not, but for the moment, I think that's a decent team that we beat. Once the offense cleans up these failed blitz pickups and stunt pickups, offense will look much better. I saw Zabel and Sundell Olu struggle with that today. Yeah, that's a good observation. I thought Zabel blew one of his blocks today. I did notice that. So it was not the clean game that he played last week, but it is something that can get better. Yeah, that was big for Cup. Cup needed that. That was really important for Cup. By the way, guys, I know my shirt's freaking out, but whatever. You guys don't care, do you? How do we feel about Kubiak week 2? I mean, better. I'm not going to say that I feel amazing about it. Like today, here's the thing. It's not like Kubiak cooked up some killer game plan that was protecting Darnold with the run game. Like, we didn't run the ball that well today, and Darnold kind of bailed out by having all these long third down conversions. So it was obviously better, but I'm still kind of looking at it going, I don't know if he's doing the job we were pulling him in to do. Did you play football in your younger days? I played a little bit of flag football. I never did tackle football because I never went to school. Sundell was just cramps? I don't know. Kendrick looked kind of good playing nickel / outside corner. He did. I mean, we know he's a capable player, but I definitely thought we would have noticed him in a more negative light than we did. So that was really good and encouraging. Why is Sharp getting more carries in a game where K9 was dominating? Yeah, the Sharp usage is the one thing in this game that I think is just really inexcusable. Because the Sharp thing...
2 streams in one day. Caught the BR stream. How you feeling? Feisty no team next weekend, gotta clean some stuff up?
The Sharp thing to me, the problem is he's getting all these outside zone runs. So I'm looking at that and I'm kind of thinking to myself, Charbonnet doesn't have the speed to get the outside zone runs. And thank you, John Smith, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for showing up to the Bleacher Report stream. I'm feeling good. I'm not too worried about New Orleans. They're playing tough, but I don't think they're a very good team. I think we can take care of business against New Orleans. Cardinals and Niners don't look scary. Cardinals are lucky to have 2 wins. I kind of agree. I think the Cardinals will not be there at the end of the season ultimately. Like, think about that the last carry of the game for K9. I think it was the last carry of the game for K9. He gets the ball in an outside pitch, and what does he do? He houses it. In a situation where you're not even trying to house it. Like, look at that play. That's the situation that you need to put K9 in more. I don't get it. I don't know. The Charbonnet usage this week was weird. Felt like we're not putting him in a position to succeed, but K9 did have a monster game, so he did his job. See, is CeeDee Lamb a good comparison for JSN at this point? Natural wide receiver, good yak, but average speed. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is always going to be the perfect comparison for JSN. I think Amon-Ra is that guy. You can just take off your shirt. We don't mind. YouTube might mind. How do you think Tyrese Knight played compared to Drake Thomas? Knight played better this week for sure. Knight, I think, is the guy who ultimately needs to be given all the snaps. Did Murphy get both his sacks when playing 2-tech? I'm not sure. I think that's probably true, though, Mythic. I think so. I think that's probably the case, but I'm not sure. But it really does make you sad to see how dominant he is rushing the passer and then knowing that he doesn't get to do it that often. Yeah, don't worry about Nwosu. Don't worry about Nwosu. Nwosu will be fine. We all knew today was going to be a get back into the groove of things game. I think Amon-Ra has way more play strength than JSN. Maybe. I don't know how often that affects things, though.
Welcome to the NFL Horton.
Corey, thank you for the $1.99. Welcome to the NFL Horton. Yeah, we certainly appreciate that. That was great. And it kind of frustrated me to see him not do anything else or not do much for the rest of the game, but I think we got spoiled a little bit with some of these rookie receivers coming in and doing what they did. Guys like DK and Lockett and JSN were so productive their rookie years. I think we need to remember who Horton is. He's a 5th-round pick. Brendan, was Bell on the field a lot? I didn't see him very much. Did you yell at the TV this game? I don't think so. The second interception was pretty bad. The 4th down interception, like that was pretty aggravating. Did you play wide receiver and flag? We played all the different positions. We rotated from day to day. Anyway, we got 150 people in here approximately. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to the stream. Please like the stream if you haven't already. Click the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. We are trying to get up to 20,500 subs by the end of the month. And if you want to go above and beyond that, you can donate via Super Chat. You can donate via tipping, which is the link near the top of the description. You can pledge to the Patreon. You can do Cash App or Venmo. Those are the best ways to support. Seems like there was a good balance of tight ends and all 3 receivers doing big things in crucial times. I need more from the tight ends, though. This is supposed to be a tight end heavy offense. The fact that we have 6 total catches between our tight ends after 2 games I don't think that's good enough. The first pick is inexcusable. Well, this is kind of what I was afraid of. Darnold is a guy who turns it over a lot. Darnold has always been a guy who turns it over a lot. And to have him come in and be a game manager for a run-first offense and just hoping he's not going to turn it over, I wasn't sure that was going to work. And now, so far, I don't know if you can really say it's worked or not, given the fact that he's got 3 turnovers in 2 games. Just, yeah, my thing on the 4th down is just do the tush push with A.J. Barner every time. If you get to 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 or whatever, just tush push it with Barner, and that's it. Yeah. That's the Darnold experience exactly. That's why I wonder if this is going to work. John, who said anything about Geno? I'm talking about Sam Darnold. What the hell is wrong with you? Unbelievable. Yeah, we're getting turnovers, man. We're getting a lot of turnovers. The kickoff thing is also a turnover. I mean, if Darnold throws 15 interceptions or something like that this year, there's no way this team is going to get to where they want to get to, I think, because they are going to be so much about running the ball and ball control. Like, it's one thing when you throw 15 interceptions in a pass-first offense where you're just hucking it around all the time. But it's a completely different thing when you're doing this run-first, play-action, under-center offense. The turnovers are not going to be okay. And I know Darnold kind of sort of put the team on his back today, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that every week. That first interception wasn't a bad read. Oh, I know.
Our offensive line is legit. I'm so happy.
Thank you, Pretentious Cameron. Let's be careful, though. I don't know about this run blocking. I still think the run blocking needs a lot of work. I think that there's some real issues with the run blocking right now. Like, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, we are not going to be the team we want to be. We are not going to be the team we need to be if we can't run block better than that. So I want to see more there. What do we do when Spoon comes back? Kendrick to the bench. Job starts over Woolen. I think Kendrick goes back to the bench. Don't get too excited over one game. Witherspoon is a far bigger threat to be a playmaker and to do positive things on the field than Kendrick. Like, there is a reason why anybody could have had Kendrick this offseason. John, I just explained the false equivalency there. I don't know if you didn't hear me or not, but there's a very key difference here. And I don't know why you're talking about Geno. I was talking about Darnold. We were all talking about Darnold. I don't understand that at all. Like, I think maybe you're just not really paying attention to the actual conversation. I think you're just maybe looking to run somebody down. And I don't like those fans. I don't like those people who do that. How about once Emin Ward gets healthy? I think he's going to go back to the slot. Witherspoon and Woolen are going to be on the outside. And Emin Ward is going to be in the nickel. Like, Kendrick had a good game today. That doesn't mean he deserves to be out there all the time. And Job can push Woolen. Maybe Job pushes Woolen. Who's your favorite on offense or defense? I think our best player on offense was Walker. I think our best player on offense was Walker. Best player on defense was probably either Job or Murphy.
Secondary.
Why is that
really
Giants
hold up.
defense so bad, by the way? They have this incredible front four. Y2K, thank you for the $2. I mean, you can't ask for too much more, right? They're going up against a decent receiver group. Like, they got Metcalf, who's good. They got Calvin Austin, who's all right. Like, it's not a great receiver room, but it's a good one. You can't ask for much more, especially because the pass rush was good, but not stellar. Panthers sell at the deadline and maybe they will trade Derek Brown. That would cost a lot. I don't know how you can deny how good Job has played. Might hurt player morale and motivation if he's benched. But you can't, I don't think you can bench. What are you going to do? Bench Witherspoon, the 5th overall pick? 2-time Pro Bowler? Oh. Hey, Michael, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, how is that Giants defense so bad? The Giants might have the best defensive line in football, is the crazy thing. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, even Thibodeau. I know he's not great or anything, but that's deadly. By the way, does anybody know why the Giants were rotating Jackson Dart into the game? I know he played a few snaps, but why? No, Witherspoon slot, Woolen, Joey outside. Well, are you benching Warry after the great offseason he had? Like, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me either. What did you think about...
Kind of feels like position group did at least okay to good, but not amazing. But all
Y2K
facets really contributed to the win.
Kind of feels like position group did at least okay to good, but not amazing. But all facets really contributed to the win. Yeah, I don't know if anybody played really bad out there today. I would not surprise me if Oots has a really bad PFF grade because of that missed block. QB runs? Oh, okay. I was really confused because Russ was actually good. It'd be one thing if Russ was playing bad. God, that is such a waste, though. Jackson Dart, you're going to spend a first-round pick on him, and then you're going to have him running Taysom Hill plays? That's weird. I don't get that at all. I don't know, guys. I don't think you can overreact to 1 or 2 good games. Warry was a second-round pick and then had an incredible offseason. I think that he's still going to be the guy. What do you think about the Russell Wilson performance? I don't think that much of it because I didn't watch most of it. So I don't really know what to say about it because I didn't watch it. But he can still throw a moon ball, and Dallas is one of the teams that I guess is dumb enough to allow him to have his moon balls. Or Warry could be dime linebacker and work his way back up from injury until a spot opens up. He'd play so rarely, though. He'd barely play in that case. Do you support the idea for Milroe to be inactive? Oh, that's a no-brainer at this point. We clearly don't really have a good plan for him, and if anything, all he's going to do is interfere with what we're trying to do.
Becoming elite?
Hawkline, thank you for the $1.99. We're closer to it than I thought. I didn't think JSN was going to have a monster year this year. I thought JSN was going to have like 1,100 yards, and that would be that. I thought that JSN would just kind of be about as good as he was last year, but he's got something special cooking there. Thoughts on Clowney to Dallas? I don't know why Clowney wants to go there.
Thoughts on saying you would not watch the second half if it wasn't your job?
Big Patty Daddy, thank you for the $4.99. I mean, that first half just sucked the life out of me. We outplayed Pittsburgh so bad and we were down a touchdown. I was legitimately just sitting there like, I'm having a hard time with this. Yeah, I don't know. I know Job's playing really well, but Job is also a guy you have no investment into. I imagine maybe he pushes Woolen. I gotta believe Woolen's still on thin ice. It's not like Woolen played a great game today. He had another penalty. I could see some possibility of Woolen getting pushed, but I don't think you're pushing Witherspoon or Emin. JSN is on pace for 1,900 yards. I'll say this. If Darnold keeps locking onto his first read, JSN might actually do it. He might actually do it if Darnold is just like, I'm just going to throw it to him on every play. This Sunday night game sucks. I'm watching it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sick of Woolen. I don't know if McDonald is. McDonald probably looks at things a little bit differently than we do. I mean, Woolen didn't play a terrible game, don't get me wrong, but I'm still not thrilled with him. Thoughts on Ramsey? I was surprised with how much we were able to get him. And I don't think he did anything all that bad. Like, even on the long JSN catch, which was like, what, 50 yards, JSN was not open. He just made a really nice catch on a nice little ball, and Ramsey was right there. Hey, Brendan, what did you think of Tyrese Knight? Better. I feel like we overreacted week one. This team will be decent. I mean, I don't think that decent was ever out of the question. I think that a lot of people still thought this team would be decent after last week. I think that the concern, the frustration is that decent is not good enough. They want more than decent, and I can't blame them for that. But we're hanging around. I highly doubt Emin back by the Cardinals game. If he's not, then honestly, we kind of should have put him on IR. Because that implies he misses 3 games. Is the extra game really worth not having the roster spot? I don't think so. Thoughts on if Saubert is taking away Arroyo snaps, especially in 2 tight end alignments? Well, Saubert can block. So I kind of get that, but I don't understand the lack of attention to Arroyo. Because it's not like Barner's taking away his catches. Ernest Jones took a step up to me. Yeah, Ernest Jones has been good. I don't think he was as good as he was last week, but Ernest has been nice. How was Murphy taking a step? Who said Murphy took a step back? Did I say that? I may have gotten my words mixed up because I definitely don't think that. Yeah. The question is, how many times can Woolen do that? I'm not Woolen. How many times this season can Cup do that? Because he is old. You know he's not going to be able to bring it like that in every single game. I mean, the Seahawks are 1-1. They really don't have the right to have a trap game against anybody, so I'm not that worried about that. And we really need Atlanta to put this game away because we really need them to win. I'm really annoyed that this game is still, like, not iced.
Barner underrated.
Y2K, thank you for the $2. I predicted before the season started Barner would be more productive as a receiver than Arroyo. Still has a chance to happen. I like Barner. I think that he has a chance to be one of the best blocking tight ends in the league because there aren't that many good run blocking tight ends. Oh my goodness. Darnold might have the fastest MPH on his balls. He was throwing some darts in these tight windows on third. He does put a lot on that ball. He doesn't do a lot of feathering. He doesn't do a lot of layering. He just flings it. In your post-game video, you mentioned using Kane on outside runs and Sharp on inside. I agree, but wouldn't that be an obvious tendency for defenses? Well, look at how it's working right now, Mason. Like, that's a valid consideration, but how is that not better than running Charbonnet into a loss of 2 yards every single play? Like, it cannot be worse than what we have right now. Shaq Griffin played a little bit today. I missed most of the first half. What was the fourth down play? We went for it 4th and 1 in long field goal range, and we ran a play action, and Oots completely whiffed on a block. So Darnold threw it, tried to basically throw it away. It got tipped up and intercepted by Herbig, and he almost housed it. And a lot of people were saying, oh, we should have kicked the field goal, or, oh, we should have run it, or should have QB sneaked it. You know, everybody has a different take, but the general consensus was what we did was very bad, and I am inclined to kind of agree. Well, Silver Ace, the thing with that is I think that he threw it behind Cup. I think that he was supposed to lead Cup a little bit more. Do you think the Saints could be a trap game? I would not be willing to call it a trap game when this team is 1-1. This team doesn't have the right to have a trap game. Should I be worried about Jason Myers? My understanding is that field goal was blocked. If Oots makes the block, do you think the play works? I mean, probably. Probably. But you are asking Robbie Oots to block Cam Hayward, which is probably not the best idea. Yeah, the pass rush today was really good from the interior, but really lackluster from the edge. I would go edge rusher first round. I'm always open to going edge rush first round, no matter what. Yeah, if we do not beat the Saints, then we're kind of right back in the hole, right? Like, if we cannot beat the Saints, then we're kind of right back where we started. So you can't let that be the trap game. That can't be happening. I think Kupp showed a lot of toughness bouncing back from last week. Yeah, the question is, how many times is he going to be like that this season? Is it going to be 4 or 5 times? Is it going to be 7 or 8? Is it going to be 9 or 10? 12 or 13? Like, that's the question, because as an older player, you're not going to have it every week. I feel like we need to play Tampa Bay at 3-1. We need to be at 3-1 for the Tampa Bay game. Or else. What'd you think about Darion Kendrick? He did the thing. He did what he needed to do. Derek Hall had 6 pressures today. I'm surprised if it was all today, although I do think Derek Hall played really good. I will give him credit for that. Atlanta. Yeah, I did see that, Frederick. I hate watching Bryce Young play football. I hate watching Bryce Young play football. He is so bad, I think. I swear he's got like a 4.8 40 or something. He moves like a slug. maybe it's a good thing we didn't grab fries. Oh, once we saw that contract, I think that was very, very clearly the right thing to do. CD Woods, like, once you see that contract, it makes all the sense in the world why you didn't sign him. And that was the right thing to do. And I think that was obvious as soon as the contract came out. The only leverage for the Saints is that this will be one of their last-ditch efforts to compete before they head toward fire sale mode. I mean, why would they really care that much? Right? Like, there's not going to be a lot of motivation for that team to avoid that. Yeah, the Vikings went all in this offseason, and so far, I mean, that first week game, the Monday night game last week, I don't know. Like, it kind of felt like they caught the good end of variance at the end there. I don't know if I would have gone all in around J.J. McCarthy. What do you think about a trade for Olave or Waddle? I don't see the point for Reese. I don't see the need for it. I don't think that's going to be radically better than what we have to justify what we would have to give up. Okay, Atlanta, if you don't score at least 3 here, we're going to have a problem. Trade for Bradley Chubb if the Dolphins continue to suck. How much would we have to give up? That's the question. I'm not closed down to the possibility, but how much would we have to give up? Because I think our edge room will be pretty solid once we get going here. Don't judge Nwosu based off today. I know it wasn't a great game for him, but he'll be fine. Man, Penix is awful tonight. I really am kind of annoyed why we didn't try and get Micah. I have to admit I agree. That was a unique opportunity to get a really good player. And I feel like we kind of passed up on it because we just felt like it was beneath us. Like, oh, we don't need that. We're good with what we have. When the actual answer might be the fact that Jody Allen is cash poor, that's a completely different conversation, though. You play fantasy? I have 1 fantasy league, Dark. All right, come on, Atlanta. You need to get 3 points here. And we have a stoppage. If you could get a superstar caliber player, would you want a guy on offense or defense? I need more information than that. That's not enough information for me to make a conclusion. Billionaire being cash poor. It happens, Charlie. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And also, when I say Jody is cash poor, I think it's also possible she isn't cash poor, but she just doesn't want to invest a lot of cash into the team when she's not going to have it much longer. What happens if Bezos buys the Hawks? That's probably a pretty good start. Okay, they're in range for a long field goal now, but that is such a lame play to run when you need yards for a field goal. I had a really good week in fantasy because I have Amon-Ra. I'm probably going to be 2-0. All right, come on. Knock it home. Wow, nice kick. Okay. That's a 2-score lead with 11 minutes left. Any updates on Sundell? My understanding is that it's cramps, but I haven't heard any updates since the game ended.
Murphy starting to flash. Praise be Brendan.
Hey, Sean. Thank you for the $1.99. I really wish Murphy could just play 3-tech. If you could have
Seems
a
odd they
3-tech
thinking trading
rotation
for MP was beneath us.
of
Could
Big
also
Cat
be
and Murphy, you're
JS
good.
is still feeling burned by Jamal Adams and didn't want to give up draft cap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was actually the mentality, John. It could be a few different things. It could be that they just thought it was beneath us. It could be that Jody doesn't have the cash or doesn't want to put down the cash for the contract. It could be that John legitimately just doesn't think we need him. I hope it's not the Jamal Adams thing. I hope that it's not the Jamal Adams thing. If it is, I think that is a really bad way of looking at making football decisions as a GM. All right, guys. Give me 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Before I go any further into this, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Sleeper. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? It is the best way to experience and connect over sports together with other users. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. Go download the app now. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with others. You can get the fastest scores, news, and alerts, all that right at your fingertips. And of course, you can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be, together. Download the #1 sports app today. And when you go, use promo code SBN, that is SBN, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. So check out Sleeper today. Don't forget promo code SBN. All right, I think we got a super chat while I was gone there. Shadowbot, thank you for the $1.99. JSN took wide receiver 1 and ran with it. He might be a little bit more than even I was thinking. I thought he was pretty much a pure slot. Doesn't seem like he's a pure slot right now. He's lining up outside and still getting it done. Oh, and by the way, guys, one thing about Sleeper. I know some people have said that Sleeper isn't allowed in Washington State. It will open up in Washington State in October. So get set up and use the promo code now, because once Sleeper opens up in October, you'll be able to use it in Washington State. Just so you know. When Hankins comes back, do you think they'll let Murphy play snaps at 3-tech? I don't know. I mean, Hankins is at the age where he's probably not going to play very much, so I don't know. Is JSN better than Egbuka? I think so. I think so. Any news on Hankins? No. I have no idea what's going on with Jonathan Hankins. I have no idea what's going on there. For all I know, he's going to retire tomorrow. It wouldn't shock me that much, to be perfectly honest. Would you have been willing to trade Leo or Murphy for Micah? Well, it's a false equivalency. Kenny Clark is a 30-year-old defensive tackle who is coming off the worst year of his career. Big Cat almost won Defensive Player of the Year last year. Murphy is a 22-year-old first-round pick. There's no equivalency there. Try to find another way to cook up that trade is what I'm saying. Are there any nose tackles on fire sale teams that you're aware of? No. There aren't that many good nose tackles in the NFL. That's why you need to take advantage of the opportunities you have to get one. And there were quite a few chances we had to draft a nose tackle last year, and we didn't take them. So It's you needed to take care of that in the offseason, I think.
I'll take Igbuka, especially when you factor longer cheap club control. He's already amazing and it's year one.
Okay, Y2K, I could see that. The extra years of club control definitely matter. I agree with you there, Y2K. But I thought the question was who was better. And JSN's better right now. But you're right, you would rather take Igbuka on your team because of the extra years of club control. Fields has 27 passing yards in 3 quarters. He's not good. He's not a good quarterback. Why don't we just try and snag Shamar? Shamar? You talking about Shamar Stewart? What happened to Big Patty and Rye Guy? Nothing. Why did something happen to them? Why do you think something happened to them? Mike Morris or Peely to play nose tackle? Morris can't play nose tackle. He's smaller than Murphy. He's smaller than Murphy. Would you take JSN after this year if he puts up good numbers for 4 years, 140 million? That's going to be what it costs, and I'm cool with it. Guys, if there's one thing I've learned over the years of running this channel, just pay the players what it takes to have them. And don't trip about it. I don't see them anymore in the chat. They're still around. I see them all the time. Did Peely play? I don't think so, but maybe he did a little bit. Did Peely play some? I didn't see him. Okay. Should have paid Cross during the offseason. I agree. It is possible that Cross doesn't want to get paid right now. It is possible that he'd rather wait and get paid more next offseason. Like that may be what's going on here. I'm thinking we sign Travis Jones next year. That would be all right. I could dig that. But again, you got to actually play these guys at nose. All right, guys. So there's like less than 10 minutes left in this game. I am going to get out of here. I am going to get out of here after this game is over. And I might stream on Twitch tonight. I might not. I don't know. I do have things I have to do. What do you think of Zabel's performance these last 2 games? He's been good. He's been good. There have been mistakes, but I think we're all willing to live with those mistakes a little bit right now. Travis Jones, isn't he on Baltimore? Power Hitter, thank you for the member message. Who were your key guys today? I missed the game. Do you mean the guys who played the best in this game? Offensively, probably K9 and Darnold. Defensively, Murphy and Job. Something like that. I feel like that's probably the right answer. All right, yeah, there's 9.5 minutes left, and Atlanta has the ball up 2 scores. Please tell me they put this away. Did we see anything from Bradford, good or bad? I didn't notice him do anything really bad in this game, but the thing to remember, we're still not run blocking that well in the interior, and he's part of that. So it's not like previous years where things have just been awful. But I do think there is some element here of we really do not have anything special there, and maybe we need to do something to force the issue next offseason. Oh, yeah, Jay, I've been paying attention to the Mariners. I know what's going on. How do I become a channel member? You click the join button. There should be a join button somewhere. And I believe there's also a way to get the link to pop up in the chat if you just do... No, first down. Thank you. Join. Let's see if that still works. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. So the Nightbot just posted a link that you can click to become a member on the channel. So as long as you have Nightbot unblocked, you should be able to see it. Yeah, Chaz Surratt's on the active roster. Come on, Atlanta, get out of your own way. Vikings fans all offseason was talking about how much better McCarthy was than Darnold. I never understood the appeal. I never understood the appeal of J.J. McCarthy. I thought he was like a third-round pick. Should we trade Shaheed for a sixth? I'd be okay with that. John Smith, welcome to the member club. Elite member. Welcome aboard, John Smith. Thank you. Chris Olave is just going to get another concussion in 2 weeks and he's going to be done. Come on, guys. We all know it. Let's just say it. Let's just be real here. Chris Olave is going to get another concussion. At some point, his career is just going to be over. He can't help it. It's unfortunate, but he can't stay on the field. Yeah, I saw the Broncos-Colts game, or at least a good chunk of it. Saw Seahawks promo with JSN, Leo, K9, and Spoon when I thought, are those really our best players? I don't think there's anything wrong with having JSN, Leo, and Spoon be your best players at this point. I'd put Cross there instead of K9, but it's not that bad. Anyone on the Titans roster look appealing to you? I'd have to look at their contracts, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything. Broncos got cheated. I did see some people talking about that. I don't know if it's true or not. I do know that leverage is a real call. I don't know if that qualified, though. These are the tricky situations, man. Nah, we don't need Lockett. Is there any way the Titans would trade Sweat? You wouldn't think so. I don't know if we want to mess around with that guy. I was a big fan of Tavondre Sweat, but he's there are some real issues there.
Remember the time Seahawks fans wanted AR-5?
John Smith, thank you for the $1.99. Remember that time Seahawks fans wanted AR-5? I mean, look, I understand the appeal, but he just wasn't, he's never really been good. He was never good in college. He was not a very good quarterback in college, so it's tough. I was always kind of on the fence on him. I did think he was a first-round pick, but I was not excited about getting him at 5. Who's better, Pitts or Arroyo? Arroyo's played 2 games and has 3 catches, so I guess Pitts. I don't know. I need to see a lot more from Arroyo before I can even really judge that. You think JSN could get a triple crown? No, I don't think so. He's not a touchdown guy in that way. Favorite Seahawk at the moment? For me, probably Cross. Did the Panthers trade Xavier Legette? Isn't he like a second-year player? Or is he a third-year player? Yeah, Bo Nix back to earth, man. Does it seem like we're doing enough to help Abe go against the opponent's best pass rusher? It hasn't been great so far, but I'm not that worried about it. We know Abe Lucas is a pretty good player, and right tackles are really expensive, and you're going to give up stuff when you're going up against the Boses and the Watts of the world. Yeah, I don't think they're going to trade Xavier Legette. I feel like he just got there. Yeah, I don't know. I never got the Bo Nix hype. Even last year, I was like, this is Sean Payton doing a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah, Abe did fine. He didn't do great, but he's fine. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Bryce Young ain't it. Bryce Young is genuinely bad. I swear he runs like a 4.840. He can't escape. He can't escape these sacks. I was watching that game today near the end, and so many plays where it's like he needs to evade the pressure and he can't do it. I do think Drake May's good. I do.
Odds of McCarthy leading a comeback? 0.
Thank you, Y2K, for the $2. That gets us over $50 for the day, by the way. on Super Chat, so thank you. Yeah, I think this one's pretty much on ice. Yeah, Jacksonville will be okay, but today was rough. Feels like they can't quite get over the edge in a really frustrating way, though. There's something just tugging them back. You have an AFC team you like? Not really. Can you confirm whether or not Myers got blocked? I think he got blocked, Mason. As far as I know, he got blocked. What are your thoughts on Lagway from Florida? I don't have any thoughts on Lagway from Florida. He's not very good, and there's not much else to say. I think Spoon will be back next week, Sean. I don't know about Emin Wari. He could be a couple weeks, easily. Yeah, McDaniel's going to get fired here pretty soon. Yeah, I feel like we're losing contain on quarterbacks a lot. One thing that's worth noting, though, is that we barely blitzed today because I think the issue is that McDonald doesn't want to blitz Rodgers because Rodgers will see it coming every time. So I think that he was not working with his full deck. I think that has to be kept in mind here. Yeah, my understanding is that Sundell just got cramps, so I'm not worried about it. 4 minutes left. Fourth down. I mean, what did the Falcons do here? What did Pro Football Focus look like for Reek? We don't know yet, Bentley. I haven't seen yet. It'll probably be decent, but he did have the penalty, so I don't think it'll be anything special. Somebody moved. I would like to pay Cross as soon as possible, Thunder Force, but he may not want to get paid. All right. That pretty much ices the game. John Mateer is a legit quarterback prospect. Yeah, he could be like Josh Allen. He's got some Josh Allen to him. I could see it. I'm not ruling it out. I liked seeing Cross get out on that K9 touchdown run, by the way. I thought that was nice. Thoughts on Dante Moore? I think he's too small. I don't think he's big enough to be an NFL quarterback. What do you think about Nussmeier from LSU? A little bit careless with the ball, but I do like him a lot. I do. A little bit careless, maybe. I think Ty Simpson will be a riser. I don't think he's eligible for this draft. So I'm not really thinking about him too much. I do kind of like him, though. All right. Atlanta touchdown. So now what do they do? CJ Carr from Notre Dame, not familiar. What happens when Kubiak faces Flores? It might not be such a bad thing. We can turtle up a little bit and not allow Flores to get away with all the crazy blitzing that he does. Knowing what you know now, would you still want Joe Milton or trade it up to draft Penix? I liked Milton. I would have been cool with Milton, although there's not much there. I mean, it's a low pick. Trading up for Penix, no, I definitely didn't want to do that. I didn't want Penix that much. What happened to Burrow? He got hurt. He got injured. Is Jeremiah Smith the real deal in your opinion? Oh, yeah. That guy's very special. Isn't it like a toe injury? He got like turf toe? Do we get Hendrickson in free agency? Probably not. I wouldn't expect so. It's just always smart to bet against things like that happening because they're unlikely no matter how you slice it. Which primetime game are you looking forward to? I want to see that Texans game. I think we should be able to take advantage of some of the stuff there. And if we can't, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. Spencer Fano out of Utah. Isn't Fano playing right tackle? I'm not really looking at tackles right now. You buying the Carson Beck hype? Not yet. Maybe. We can get there, though. Why don't you go to Seahawks games? Because it's not easy for me to get up there. Yeah, Seahawks OG. I may stream the Saints game. I may. I'm thinking about doing the Saints game. I think that should be a pretty clean one. All right, Vikings, last chance. Brendan, do you know Evan Stewart? I know him personally and he likes the Hawks. Are you talking about the Oregon receiver? I do know of him, yeah. Did more Niners players get injured today? I actually didn't know that. I did not know that. That's interesting. They're beat up like crazy then. Are there any Huskies that interest you for the Seahawks? Oh, yeah, I like Denzel Boston a lot. Oh, nice stiff arm. You think the Hawks have a realistic shot of winning the division? Well, we're 2 weeks in, so sure. But they actually have to go out there and do it. This is honestly raising my opinion of Sam Darnold. I can kind of see that. I just think McCarthy might be really, really bad. I just think McCarthy might just be that inept. But I think that what we saw from Darnold today was really intriguing. Hey, McCarthy's doing some things. You watch on cable? Sometimes, yeah. Wow. What a bad throw. Oh, flag. All right, so that is pretty much ball game. So that's a good result for the Seahawks. I like that. I like that one. Why do we want ATL to win? Because the Rams own their pick.
How much taller is Job worth if he stays dominant?
Pyro Griffin, thank you for the $2. I don't know. That one's really tough because he was kind of a... Nobody really knew about him until this year. And I know he played well last year, but nobody really recognized him at all. So I don't know. Maybe he's like a 11 million a year player. That one's really tough, though. I'm going to admit that I don't have a great idea. All right. So Falcons just have to run out the clock. No, JSN definitely won't keep up this
B, have you
productivity
tried
this year.
Expedition 33?
He's
It's
on pace to
excellent.
break the all-time
A-OK
record.
hand emoji.
Christian, thank you for the $2. I have not tried Expedition 33 yet. I want to. Believe me, I will. I'm very excited for Expedition 33, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I've been occupied. I did a Metal Gear Solid marathon for like a month there. That took up all my time. But I am very much aware of Expedition 33. It's unlikely, but we could be facing Wentz by the time we face the Vikings. I forgot Carson Wentz was on the Vikings. That's an interesting point. Kind of like it.
Fallout 2, there's still time. The real GOAT.
Yeah, I still have Fallout 2, the Y2K. I'm aware. Do you think we see him in Warrior lineup at D end at any time? I mean, he might line up down there as a blitzer. I don't know if he'll literally be a defensive end, but yeah. So you watch games alone? No, I watch games with my family. I don't think Woolen's going to lose his job yet. I don't think that somebody like McDonald is going to do something like that. But I'm not against it personally. Like I'm a little bit cold on Woolen at the moment. All right, guys, I think we're just about to go and wrap it up here. I think we've talked about everything we can talk about with that game. It was really good. I'm happy. I think you guys are happy too. Like the stream on your way out. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who subbed up. And we will do it again next week after the Saints game. Well, actually, if I do a live stream watch along of the Saints game, maybe we won't. But one way or the other, I'll be streaming something. Wow. That's one way to end the game. But one more time, give me 60 seconds, people. Before I go any further into this, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Sleeper. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? It is the best way to experience and connect over sports together with other users. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. Go download the app now. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with others. You can get the fastest scores, news, and alerts, all that right at your fingertips. And of course, you can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be, together. Download the #1 sports app today. And when you go, use promo code SBN, that is SBN, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. So check out Sleeper today. Don't forget promo code SBN. All right. I guess that'll do it, people. See you guys tomorrow.